It's one of the most recognizable gestures in the world, crisp, sharp, and filled with respect. You've seen it in movies, at parades, and in every military ceremony, the salute. But have you ever stopped to wonder why soldiers raise their hands that way? It's such a simple gesture, yet it carries centuries of meaning, discipline, and history. From knights in shining armor to modern-day troops standing at attention, this single motion connects generations of warriors. But where did it all begin? How did this small movement become one of the most powerful symbols of respect in the armed forces? Today we're diving into one fascinating question. How did the military salute originate? Right here, on History of Simple Things. To understand the salute, we first need to grasp what it represents. The military salute isn't just a wave or a nod, it's a silent conversation between equals, a mutual acknowledgement of loyalty, service, and shared duty. Unlike a handshake or bow, which have roots in civilian life, the salute belongs to the world of order and discipline. It's about showing respect not only to a person, but to the uniform, the institution, and everything it stands for. But surprisingly, its origin story is not as clear-cut as one might think. There's no single event, no royal decree, no inventor. Instead, the salute evolved, shaped by centuries of military custom, medieval courtesy, and even self-preservation. One of the most widely accepted theories takes us back to the Middle Ages, when armored knights roamed the battlefields of Europe. Picture a heavily armored knight on horseback, face hidden behind a metal visor. Approaching a fellow knight, he would lift his visor with his right hand to reveal his face, showing he was not an enemy but a friend. This small motion demonstrated trust and respect. After all, revealing your face meant lowering your guard. Over time, this courteous gesture became a sign of goodwill between comrades. Another theory traces the salute's origin to the 18th century, when soldiers began wearing elaborate hats as part of their uniforms. It was common courtesy for subordinates to tip or remove their hats in the presence of superiors. But imagine doing that multiple times a day while holding a rifle or carrying gear. It wasn't exactly convenient. Some historians suggest an even simpler explanation. The raised right hand, whether to lift a visor or touch a hat, was universally recognized as a sign of peace. In times long before organized armies, showing an open hand meant, "I'm not holding a weapon." In a world where suspicion and violence were common, that gesture carried a powerful message: trust. It's easy to see how this evolved into a gesture of respect between armed individuals. Over time, that instinctive motion became ritualized, refined, and layered with meaning. What began as a survival instinct became a hallmark of discipline and honor. By the time the 17th and 18th centuries rolled around, military customs had become deeply tied to monarchy and rank. Soldiers didn't just fight for pay, they fought for kings, queens, and empires. Showing respect to superiors wasn't optional, it was mandatory. Removing one's hat before a superior officer was a way of acknowledging authority and loyalty to the crown. Failing to do so could be seen as disrespect or even insubordination. But as military structures grew more complex, armies needed a faster, uniform way to show deference. Thus, the simple hand-to-hat motion became standardized, spreading across armies in Europe and beyond. It was clean, quick, and instantly recognizable. The modern salute as we know it owes much to the British military. In the 18th century, the British Army developed a formalized version of the hand gesture, requiring soldiers to raise their right hand to the brim of their hat or forehead, palm facing outward. By the 19th century, this rule was codified into drill manuals and spread through Britain's vast colonial influence. As other nations developed their own armies, many modeled after British traditions, they adopted the salute as well. Even the United States, whose early military leaders trained under or alongside British officers, inherited many of these customs. The salute, once a knight's courtesy, had become a global military language. If you've ever noticed, not all salutes look the same. In the British military, the palm faces outward, an open display that traces back to medieval chivalry and honesty. The idea was that showing your palm symbolized that your hand held no weapon. But in the U.S. military, the palm faces downward. Why? Because British sailors who often worked with tar-covered hands began saluting with palms down to avoid showing dirty palms to officers. The gesture made its way to American naval and later Army traditions. So while the salute's essence remains the same, its form tells stories of practicality, class, and even hygiene. Every slight variation carries a thread of history. Not all nations salute the same way either. In Poland, for example, soldiers use a distinctive two-finger salute. In France, the gesture is sharper, with fingers touching the temple. In Russia, the salute involves the entire forearm moving up briskly, palm facing down. Each variation evolved independently, but shares the same core purpose: to express respect and discipline. The salute transcends borders and languages. Whether it's in the British Army, the U.S. Marines, or the Philippine Armed Forces, the motion carries an unspoken understanding. I see you, I respect you, we serve the same cause. Beyond its precision and formality, the salute can be deeply emotional. Watch a veteran salute during a memorial, or a young recruit salute for the first time. It's more than muscle memory. It's a moment that connects them to centuries of tradition. It says, I belong to something bigger than myself. During funerals, that single motion can convey what words cannot. The crisp snap of a salute is as much a farewell as it is a promise, a vow to honor those who served before and those who will serve after. So the next time you see a soldier raise their hand in that precise, deliberate gesture, remember, it's not just a formality. It's the echo of centuries, a living tradition that began with trust and transformed into honor. From knights revealing their faces to modern troops standing tall, the salute has always meant one thing: respect. If you enjoyed this video, please check out our other bingeable channels. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.